What's up, Auburn? You're listening to the New Music Hour on WEGL. Tune in every Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m. for some new music, some old music, and maybe your new favorite song. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday. It's 2 p.m. You're listening to the New Music Hour on WEGL 91.1 FM. This is your host, DJP. Joining me in the studio today is none other than Jeff Deery of Decoy Snail. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. So glad to be on this esteemed show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming into the studio today. So I was wondering, what all instruments do you play?
Okay, so I play guitar. I've been playing guitar for kind of a tough call because I got my first guitar when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And then kind of casually played it, took some lessons, and then dropped it when I was like 14 or 15, and then didn't touch it for a couple of years, but then picked it back up like for real.
Yeah.
And got going on that when I was probably like 16, 17.
Mm-hmm. What was the inspiration? What made you like want to play the guitar?
Green Day.
Green Day.
Absolutely.
Which Green Day song was it?
Oh, I mean, all of them. I mean, I kind of definitely grew up with American Idiot, and 21st Century Breakdown, but just that sound, just like the power and the sweet riffs and the punk energy was what I wanted. I just wanted to bang out some power chords and just feel the rush.
I know what you mean. Well, also, for those of you who are watching the stream, joining us today in the studio is Derek, the cutout. Derek, how are you doing today?
It's good to see you too.
I had to do it at least one time. So Green Day is kind of like where you started with it. I remember I had a neighbor. His name was Owen. He lived across the street, and he was like the kind of punk skater guy.
Yeah.
And he listened to Green Day. And like the first Green Day song I ever heard was American Idiot. And I told my parents that I heard it. And like, I'm Deep South, like Catholic family, all that. And they're like, you can't say idiot. You're like, I don't even remember.
Oh, that's what they had a problem with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's other stuff that they definitely could have had a problem with when it came to Green Day. But at the time, it was just about American Idiot.
That's funny. I thought we were going to go somewhere else with that. Yeah, for me, I remember being like hanging out with some of the older kids on my street. And they like burned a CD of various Green Day songs from throughout their career. So I think that the first two that I really remember hearing are Holiday and Good Riddance, because those were two on the CD that got played a lot.
Is Holiday the one that's in Surf's Up? Have you seen Surf's Up, the penguin surfing movie?
It's been a long time. I think it is, though.
I feel like it's either that one or Basket Case. I'm not sure.
Basket Case might make more sense.
I think that's like one of the first songs I learned on guitar whenever I was like really young, because my like inspiration to start playing guitar was Drake from Drake and Josh.
Nice.
Not like entirely, but I remember seeing how cool I thought he was when I was watching the show. I was like, yeah, I definitely need to learn how to do that.
Do you remember this is like before Guitar Hero was a thing. The Drake Bell like learn the guitar on your TV video game thing.
I do not remember that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah,
actually.
I remember seeing the ads on Nickelodeon. It was Drake Bell was like giving you guitar lessons basically.
Was it like the theme song for the show? Or?
I'm sure they went through that, but honestly, it was more style points than anything else. I
had no idea that was a thing at all.
I can't remember if it was like with a real guitar or with something like a toy thing.
Wait, all right. Do you like Rock Band or Guitar Hero more?
I definitely played more Rock Band.
Yes.
I love the group aspect and like to sing too. So.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I remember me and like one of my closest friends growing up. I would always sing and he'd play guitar. Like I'd also do like bass sometimes, depending on like what we were doing. But I remember the first song that I ever knew every single word to was "Sabotage" by the Beastie Boys.
Let's go.
That is an amazing song.
It is an amazing song.
That's an absolute banger. But,
one of my claims to fame back in the day was that I could play Eye of the Tiger on guitar on like hard or something,
Hmm.
and also sing it at the same time.
That's
and,
actually,
and
yeah,
get A's on both of them.
that's really impressive.
So
Actually.
that's I think that's when I knew I was destined to be in a band.
I got to. Well, I'm not even in a band, but I knew I was destined for greatness whenever I beat Through the Fire and the Flames on Medium. That I went from that and I was like, all right, let's try Mississippi Queen on hard, and then I beat that, and then I tried to play. I don't remember what I tried to play on Expert, but I didn't get very far on Expert. I definitely like quit Guitar Hero after I
Yeah.
tried to make it at that level.
Oh man, that stupid orange button. Like I could do the 4 fingers,
Mhm.
but then you got to get the fifth one.
Have you heard of Clone Hero? Do you know what that is?
No idea what that is.
So Clone Hero is basically like a computerized version of Guitar Hero. Like you can play it on your laptop
Okay.
or on your computer, and I did that like freshman year.
And
That
you don't need a guitar to do it. You
Nope.
just like keys.
Yeah, you can just
Okay.
hotkey the whole thing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
and you can get a guitar for it as
Mhm.
well, but I mean it's so much easier if you just do the hotkeys because you don't have to strum. You can just like do that.
Yeah, and rhythm games are definitely popular these days.
Oh, 100%. Well, we're here to talk about Summer Rain, so
Yes.
we're going to go ahead and start off with Girl for the End of the World by Decoy Snail. Y'all enjoy it.
Hiding out in a bunker built for two. That works out, 'cause I get to spend more time with you. She's got doubts if we'll make it out alive. So for now, we lay in darkness side by side. Apocalypse never looks so beautiful. Inch by inch, closer now, I feel the pull. Even if the atmosphere burns out before our eyes, even if the universe condemns us all to die, my whole world is turned, but I'm not too concerned, 'cause you're my girl for the end of the world. She makes me believe in a second chance, one where we escape the doomsday circumstance. She's got dreams for when the end times end. To me it seems I never need to start again. Apocalypse never looks so beautiful. Inch by inch, closer now, I feel the pull. Even if the atmosphere burns out before our eyes, even if the universe condemns us all to die, my whole world is turned, but I'm not too concerned, 'cause you're my girl for the end of the world.
Just everything in the book is going off around this joint.
Even if the atmosphere burns out before our eyes, even if the universe condemns us all to die, my whole world is turned, but I'm not too concerned. My girl, you're my girl for the end of the world.
And we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the New Music Hour on WEGL 91.1 FM. This is your host, DJ P, coming to you live with Jeff Deery of Decoy Snail.
Hey.
So, y'all just heard Girl for the End of the World. So, when did you write this song?
This was my quarantine song.
Mm.
You know, COVID happened, and every artist / musician in the world is like, okay, here we go. What am I gonna write for my COVID song?
We got time. We got all the time in the world to write a song.
And the ones that I had heard and the ones that were coming out were like all depressing and angsty. And I just didn't really feel like writing that song.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked around and like, yes, obviously it was scary and it was a, international emergency. But I was in Auburn and Auburn was kind of like this little safe bubble, you know, like we didn't really ever get affected that much because, we're a small landlocked town in the middle of Alabama.
Opelika actually kind of got hit worse than we did.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that worked, but, so it was just kind of me, and then I looked around, and I had Jason, who couldn't be here today, but he's the other guitar player and kind of studio engineer, producer, mastermind for Decoy Snail. So I was hanging with him a lot, and I was hanging with my roommate a ton, and so I kind of wanted to write a love song, happy song.
Yeah.
And I just looked around. It's like, yeah, this is bad, but like, for me, like right now, like I'm kind of seeing the bright side.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I came up with a line, like the opening line, hiding out in a bunker built for two. That's all right, because I get to spend more time with you. And I'm like, okay,
it's poetry, right?
Like
there,
it's
man.
it's like right on the edge of being too corny, but I liked it. And then just kind of went from there.
I mean, I think you really hit the nail on the head with that song, because that's like the second favorite, right, for everyone. Because, I mean, Vaporize is my favorite, but I got to say, I really like that one, too.
I really like that one, too. It came together. It was such a fun song to work on, too. Because Jason and I, I wrote it. Normally, it takes me a long time to write songs. Like, I'll get the initial idea for something and maybe crank out a verse and a chorus, or like an intro and a verse, and then sit on it for a while and kind of have it stir in the back of my mind, and then eventually I'll get there. But I wrote that whole song in like 2 hours.
Oh, wow. For only 2 hours?
Yeah.
For me, I mean, I'm not very good at like songwriting, but when it comes to writing music, you know whenever you've got something good.
You
right?
do. Yeah, you can feel it. And it certainly, not every song falls out of the sky like this one did.
Yeah.
But you can tell if you're doing something that has promise or it has potential. And then obviously the hard part is like the great songwriters can find like the little nugget of potential and then are really good at kind of developing that. And they can do that consistently, and that's really hard. But for Jason and I, this one was always super fun. I wrote it. I went over to his house like the next day. I'm like, hey, I wrote this song, and played it on acoustic form, and we were both like, that's cool. And just kind of started brainstorming. And we were kind of going for like a 90s pop rock sound, like Gin Blossoms or Goo Goo Dolls or something.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like Blink-182
or
to me.
Blink. Yeah, we love Blink. But that was kind of always the sound that we had in mind. And then it was a really fun process of just like putting the pieces together to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, over the break you asked me about
Oh, the sample. So you told me about the Purge siren, but what was the other sample? What was that?
Yeah, so the thing at the end of the solo is like, it was like a last minute addition for us. So we had the solo, and then originally we just had like a drum fill, and then went back into the chorus, but it felt like a little bit of a letdown. So we searched YouTube, and what you're hearing in the song is a audio clip from a World War II like frontline radio broadcast, because they did that back in the day. They put reporters on the in the battlefield when there were established battlefields,
Yeah.
Remember that?
Uh,
Yeah. And they put reporters there, and they would do like play-by-play for the battle.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe that
It was
is a
nuts.
real thing.
Yeah, it was a real thing. So they're doing live press during the battle, and so it's this dude, and he's like reporting what's going on, and he's got like an officer that's
Mhm.
like, and he's interviewing the officer like in real time. And we were just listening to this old broadcast, like, what the heck is going on? And then he said the line, he goes, everything in the book is going off around this joint. And we thought it was like a funny,
It just fit
old-timey
perfectly.
thing. It just fit. I'm like, that's the clip.
Mhm.
That's the one. We were listening for like 20, 30 minutes to this whole thing. It was really interesting, but we were trying to find a sound clip. And then
Yeah.
so we did that and, put some effects on it and then dropped it in the song. And I think it's a
It
good
fits in there
transition.
perfectly. It really does. All right. Well, we are going to transition into a quick commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I improved my credit score.
You're kidding, right?
No.
How are we supposed to be the bad boys of electro synth pop if you're out there being responsible? The band is about to be discovered. This is our year.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while now.
You think anyone in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was worried about their credit score?
I never really thought that
Of course they weren't. Rock stars aren't supposed to think about that kind of stuff. We're supposed to think about how many guitars we've smashed, write aggressively sensitive power ballads, start questionable fashion trends, tragically break up and blame creative differences.
All right. I thought maybe it was time to take control of my finances, Start using a budget, get out of debt, set some goals.
A budget? Debt? Set some goals? Listen, I knew that we'd have our creative differences, but I was hoping they'd involve a little more scandal.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You're listening to the New Music Hour on WEGL 91.1 FM. All right, Jeff. So let's talk about the other guys in the band. They sadly could not be here to join us today in the studio, but let's go ahead and just get a list of names when everyone plays.
Yeah, here in spirit, I know it's tough to schedule things these days.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. So start off with, I mentioned him earlier, Jason Blanca. He is the lead guitarist, and he also is the official producer for Decoy Snail.
Mm-hmm.
We actually record at his house, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's kind of the technology mastermind along with lead guitarist. And then there's Carter Davis. Carter is the bass player. He is really a fantastic bass player. What he does on the song you just heard, "Girlfriend in the World," is like some of my favorite stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Carter's also an aerospace engineer. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A man of many talents.
He is a man of many talents.
Aerospace and the bass player.
Yeah, he's got a bright future no matter what he decides to do. But Carter has this like crazy ability to hear something that Jason and I have been kind of like working on. You know, we kind of get together and we just scheme and come up with these little ideas, and then he'll hear it once and then be like, "Oh, this needs to go here. I'm gonna do this in this part," and then he just plays it. It's like the most stress-free thing. I always know that whatever I have, Carter's gonna have something cool that goes along with it.
That is so nice to have someone of that talent in the
Man,
group.
it is a security blanket. And then drumming is a little bit strange for us because we do record in a home studio. Yeah, the drums that we use on the record are actually programmed drums.
So
But-
what do you use? Like, what software do y'all use to produce the drums?
This is why I wish Jason was here. He could tell you, but I can't. But for live performances, our friend Jackson Chambers, who's
Swiggity
still very much-
Swogsworth.
and that's the one.
I love that Instagram handle.
Yeah,
Jackson, if you're listening, I absolutely love your Instagram handle.
Jackson is an icon in many ways, but he definitely does a great job filling in for live stuff. We would absolutely record with him if we could, but we just don't have the technology to track drums.
Yeah.
In Jason's house.
Because do y'all record like in his living room or like a bedroom, or how do y'all do that?
Bedroom studio.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So I feel like that's one of my favorite parts about our band. We kind of went this route out of necessity because we couldn't afford studio time. And,
yeah, I know what you mean.
We also, a lot of bands see recording in a studio as kind of the final product, and when you go to record, like that's it, that's the song. And that's certainly one way to do it, but for kind of our creative process and our style of music, we treat recording as like an experiment.
Yeah.
So we kind of just build as we go, and that's been such a really a fun experience to do that, just like by ourselves.
Yeah. So whenever you are recording, do y'all play at the same time, or do you mean like you build it?
No,
on top of
we
each
track each track individually.
Okay.
And then kind of build the song from there.
Okay, that's cool.
And it's something that we've gotten a lot better at. If anyone's listened to our first releases, or if you've heard any of our early demos, we've come a long way since we first started messing around with this stuff. And that's like one of my favorite things about this release. A lot of people have told us that not only do they like the music, but it sounds professional.
It does. I mean, for being recorded in a bedroom, I would have never known. If
Yeah.
you wouldn't have told me that beforehand, I would have thought it was recorded in there. Because y'all have done a WEGL session before, haven't you?
Yeah. We did, and we actually a while back we talked about doing like real studio recording in there. It fell through, but really this is just kind of the technique that's worked for us, and I think that you get on the record, you get kind of the homegrown energy, like self-produced, but not, oh, this was made on a laptop. And
Yeah, not made on someone's like iPhone or
exactly,
whatever. Like
yeah.
That. Not saying that's a bad thing.
No,
there
hey.
are certain people that are absolutely insanely talented with doing it, but it's a lot harder than doing it from the way that y'all do it. You know?
Nothing but respect for everyone who makes stuff on their laptop. Like, I mean, that's basically what we're doing. But for our third release, we really wanted to try and step up our sound quality.
Oh yeah, you stepped it up with sound quality, the aesthetics. So those of you who are watching the stream, y'all notice that the cover art that we have on the Skycam. Well, we have the Skycam. We've got like another screen that I'd put it on so you can see it. But so wait, you said your mom helped you create that?
Yeah, she did. My mom has an art degree from Auburn and has worked professionally as an artist for many years. And we made this whole record during quarantine hours. So I kind of split time between Auburn and Orlando. And when I was in Orlando, the time came to make the album art. So I had kind of some loose ideas. I knew I wanted to do something with chalk. Because I mean, summery vibes with chalk, and a lot of my writing kind of revolves around childhood or childhood memory, or just
influences from Orlando, kind of.
Yeah, Orlando. There's a lot of concrete in Orlando, so that shows up a lot, and it just kind of gives off that playful vibe that we like to go for.
Are all the guys in the band from Orlando, or how did y'all meet?
Yeah, okay, so we're actually from all over the place. I'm from Orlando. Jason is from Maryland.
Maryland.
Yeah, Severna Park represent. And Jason and Jackson, or not Jason, Carter and Jackson are both from Spanish Fort, Alabama.
Oh yeah, I'm from like 10 minutes from there. I had no idea about that. Wow.
Yep. Go Torres. They're Spanish Fort natives. Jackson
Mm-hmm.
is a couple years younger than us. So
Yeah.
we kind of adopted him when he
Is he?
came to
What
Auburn.
year is he?
He's a sophomore now.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all are seniors.
We
so I
are.
forget about
So
that.
but we're kind of from all over the place. So we actually met at a UPC event on campus. It was an open mic night,
Mhm.
and Jason and Carter were roommates at the time, and they did their performance, and they played Foster the People. They played
Yeah.
I think they played Teenage Dirtbag, and they just
Classic.
yeah, it was such a fun performance.
Did they do Where Is My Mind?
They would like to. They actually might
Mhm.
have.
I heard that over the weekend, like live in concert, and I was like, "Yep, I'm definitely at a college party right now." Here,
Yeah.
Where Is My Mind?
Yeah,
By, like,
yeah.
what were they called? I can't remember, but Eric, keep going. You're talking about
It's
y'all all
just so
met
funny you
this-
say that because we do Where Is My Mind like in rehearsal
Mhm.
for fun. So, but I was at the event too, but I didn't bring a guitar. I was
Yeah.
just there to kind of see what was going on.
Mhm.
But then Jason and Carter played, and they played this music that I loved, and they seemed like cool guys, and I just I got the itch. I wanted to play.
Mhm.
So I went and I asked to borrow Jason's guitar. Thankfully, he said yes. And then I played like Green Day and Blink and I think the Avett Brothers.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of had the same music taste. And we
Mhm.
got to talking and then spent some time jamming and then just slowly became friends and better friends. And then we decided to be bandmates, like
Yeah.
for real.
That's the
with our own
Auburn
stuff.
like this is gonna sound so cheesy, but I mean we were both Camp WEGL counselors.
Yeah.
But like that's literally the Auburn family. Like that's what that is. Live.
Is
in-
Melissa here? Is she
Mhm.
paying you?
Huh? No, Melissa's not. No, I talked about this a lot over the summer with Tiger Talks. Just
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about like getting involved on campus. Like, I mean, you met your band, and like look at
Yeah.
where y'all are at.
Yeah.
Was this 3 years later now?
3
or
years
is-
later.
3 years later, listening to Summer Rain. We're gonna play another song once we come back from a commercial break, but we're getting close to a commercial break. I'll let you know whenever we get to it. But I mean, for real, getting involved on campus, like meeting your closest friends that way, just like in an open mic night.
Yeah,
It's-
it's pretty magical, and it's definitely been kind of the story of like my experience in Auburn. I love being involved on campus. I think it's just a great pathway to deepening your interests and exploring things that you may not have normally done.
Yeah.
It's just a
Totally.
great place to just try something out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you never know what or who or what. I don't even know how to like respond to it, but
It's not like risk free, but rarely do you join something on campus that goes so horribly wrong that it ends up being a negative. Like it might not be for you. I went through plenty of things that were
Yeah.
not for me. I went to like a trivia like quiz bowl meeting my like very early in my freshman year. 'Cause
Yeah.
I messed around with that in high school. And I like love trivia and I played Jeopardy all the time. And the meeting place is like this dungeon room in Haley.
oh
And
yeah,
I
the
walk
Haley
in.
basement.
Yeah, I walk in and there's like 4 other people there, and they turn around. They're like, why are you here? I'm like, I thought this was the thing. And yeah, then they were all really, really crazy smart, and I got my butt kicked. And then I
The
never came
trivia
back.
bowl.
But
Well, I mean, at least you tried it out.
oh yeah, no, I'm glad I did it. But it was, I was so proud of myself. I got like 1 question right, and everyone.
And then
made me
everyone's
feel
just
good
getting
about
every. Did you do Scholars Bowl in high school?
I'm not sure exactly.
Well, I don't
Well-
know. Well, Scholars Bowl is kind of like that. Like it, you hit the thing. you
Yeah,
answer
it was like
questions.
that. So we didn't actually. It was just really just me and a group of friends, probably like 10 of us, who, wanted to do some trivia stuff.
Mhm.
We didn't compete. We just kind of did it amongst ourselves. But like,
Yeah.
one teacher had like the equipment and the buzzers, so we would just after school some days we would just do it.
Mhm. Well, we're going to go into a quick commercial break. We will be right back. Thank you for listening to the New Music Hour on WEGL.
Okay, so Sarah, I'm dropping you off at Emily's?
Yep.
And Josh, you're going to?
Soccer, Dad. Soccer practice.
Right. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know when I pick you both up, I'll be wearing my short shorts.
What?
No!
Yep. and my dorky dad hat, and I'm gonna do my dad dance for all your friends. They'll love it!
Seriously? Why?
Because I like my short shorts. Of course, I could be talked out of it if you guys would just buckle up your seatbelts without giving me a hard time.
It's important to get your kids to buckle up for safety, no matter what it takes. And sometimes, all it takes is your parental powers of persuasion.
Okay, we're buckling up.
See, all buckled.
Good choice. I'll just have to do my dad dance at dinner time. What?
No!
Do what you have to make sure your kids are wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
And we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, we were just talking about Masterclass a second ago. So wait, you said you're in the Tom Morello one, and what was the other one you were talking about?
St. Vincent. It's a brand new thing. She's I don't know how to describe her. I mean, alternative, whatever that means. But it's kind of like alt pop, some jazzy influences.
Yeah.
So she's really cool. She has a songwriting course on there that I'm working through. That's kind of been my musical training as of late.
I thought about getting Masterclass back when it first came out, just because I still think it's really cool. But
it's worth it.
Yeah. Is it like what, $90 a year, something like that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. You know, if I get another job and can pay for it, or I think you can give it to like one other person, right? I think you can share it. Perhaps. I'm not entirely sure about that. But so when it comes to playing the guitar, you said you play pretty much every day, but what's like the one thing that you probably play the most? If it's not one of your own songs.
Yeah. I play the Dumpweed riff a lot. It's a Bleak song. First song on Enema of the State. It's a super fun riff.
Yeah.
I like noodle that one a lot. But then honestly, like the reason that I started playing guitar and kind of the driving force is to like sing and play guitar at the same time.
Yeah.
Just like kind of do chords and sing my favorite songs. So I really like playing like folk stuff.
Yeah.
So I play a lot of John Prine and Avett Brothers, and I like the Lemonheads a lot. They're not really folk, but I like playing them.
Yeah, I mean, I probably play "Wish You Were Here" every time because I do
that all the time.
that's like another, because it's so easy to like play. I'm trying to perfect it because I want to play it like on the air, like from from just sitting right here. Like I might bring my stool in to do it because next week I'm doing a "Wish You Were Here" special on the whole album.
Oh, cool!
So I'm really looking forward to that.
Didn't know you're that big of a Pink Floyd fan.
Oh, dude, I'm a huge fan. Like when we were jamming out last week in the studio, I think we did that and we did Mother. I've been playing Mother nonstop.
Have you learned the solo?
I have not learned the solo.
Okay.
I tried to learn it, but it's pretty much impossible. Like it's just, wait, do you know how to play the whole solo?
I have never tried because I'm usually the one playing the chorus and singing it. And I have my good friend Michael from back home, genius guitar player. He can play the whole thing.
Yeah, you told me about him last week.
So we when we get together and jam, we always play that one, and he knows the solo, like got it down. So I just kind of let him deal with that.
Yeah. Does Get You Back have a solo in it? Do any of these have like specific solos? Because I've listened to it like once or twice.
Yeah, I mean, Girl from the End of the World has a solo.
Oh yeah, it had the solo leading.
So
up to
does
that.
Sleeping with the Lights On. Got a pretty dirty, nasty solo. I like that one a lot. As does Little Match Girl. That one's more of like just kind of a quick punk rock solo.
Yeah. Well, we're going to listen to Get You Back. Y'all listening to Summer Rain. This is Decoy Snail's newest EP. Enjoy.
I'm tearing up this sidewalk, 'cause you're stuck inside my head. Start stuttering when I talk. Can I take back what I said? You got me up all night, trying to figure out, did you ever understand why you mean to me? Why I'm feeling down. I've been a mess ever since you left. It's been so hard getting back on track. Though I know where to go from here, I can't quit thinking, how can I get you back? 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 What will it take? I know we had our problems, but did we try to solve them? Now this room's so empty, yeah, full of melancholy. Now you got me wishing that I could go back and make you understand what you mean to me. Why I'm feeling down. I've been a mess ever since you left. It's been so hard getting back on track. Though I know where to go from here, I can't quit thinking, how can I get you back? 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 What will it take? What will it take to leave these thoughts behind and end this agony? Can't you tell this ain't a choice, it's how I feel? Can't you see that you left me here alone, drowning in my memory? For you pay to be erased out my heart's casualty. I've gotta find some time, will I get by? I hope soon I can say goodbye. I've been a mess ever since you left. It's been so hard getting back on track. Though I know where to go from here, I can't quit thinking, how can I get you back? 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 What will it take? What will it take? How can I get you back? How can I get you back? How can I get you back? What will it take to forget?
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard Get You Back by Decoy Snail off the new EP, Summer Rain, now available on all streaming platforms. Can you buy it on iTunes as well?
You can, yeah. We're on iTunes, we're on Spotify, we're on
Apple Music.
Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube.
It is all over the place,
You have
ladies
no
and gentlemen.
excuse.
If you like Blink 182, if you like literally any like 90s punk rock band, y'all should totally give Decoy Snail a chance. That's why we're listening to him right now. So anyone who's tuned in on Facebook, because I realize we only go live on like Facebook, because YouTube it uploads like later on in the day.
Yeah.
It used to be able to go live on YouTube, but something happened with the Restream account where we can't do live YouTube events. Not entirely sure why that is.
YouTube's a mess. It's not on you.
Yeah. Do you use YouTube TV? Like, sorry, this is so
I do
off
actually.
topic.
No, I actually love YouTube TV.
YouTube TV it's next up. I gotta say, I love YouTube TV.
Yeah, they're kind of slowly turning into cable, which is like it could go downhill.
Yeah,
But as of right now, YouTube TV is where it's at.
I think that's definitely one of the best TV providers. Do you think they'll expand to like Wi-Fi next?
I kind of hope so. This is like so off topic, but the internet service provider market is super just messed up. So in my opinion, like the more people that can get in on the market, the better.
Yeah, because Spectrum. Well, we're not even here to bash Spectrum right now, but after the hurricane, Spectrum totally kind of let me down.
The whole city didn't have internet. It was wild.
Yeah, I had academic advising that morning that it just got canceled because there was literally nothing I could do. But at my advisor, I don't think he's listening. I don't even think we're like friends on Facebook or anything. But
hit him up.
Yeah, well, that's completely off topic, but get you back. So when did you write that one?
So I didn't write this one actually.
Oh, you keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. Actually, Derek wrote this one.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember when?
No. Well, Jason actually wrote this one.
Okay.
He wrote it. Let me see. A while ago, over a year. And we kind of had it sitting around, and we had a general idea of what we wanted to do with the song, but we did not have the technology to make it sound good.
Yeah.
So we kind of kept it on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
But then with this release, we wanted to put it in there because
shed a little light on it.
Shed a little light on it. Shed a little light on Jason's talents. And I really think it's a killer track. I love the way that the rhythm and the lead guitar kind of groove together for the verses, and then the way the vocal harmonies kind of overlap in a similar fashion towards the end of the song.
Does he sing on that one?
Yeah, he wrote that one. He sings on that one. That's his baby.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish he was here so we could talk about it more, but and it's serious. I mean, it's a fan favorite for sure, and it's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I think that one. Well, Vaporize, I think, is the top one on y'all Spotify.
That is the overall the numbers say that one is the favorite.
And we'll play that one once we get back from the next commercial break. But I mean, we still got a little bit of time to talk about it. So, what's your favorite guitar to play? Because I'm sure you've probably played a bunch of different types of guitars. But is there one specifically that you can just remember picking it up, playing it, and be like, I need it, I want this guitar, I love it?
I mean, I play Les Paul. And that's been great for me, for all you guitar players out there, because I play rhythm, and the Les Paul has humbuckers, so you can get kind of a chunkier sound. And I also play a lot of open chords, kind of the Decoy Snail sound is kind of a wall of distortion guitars. But so I'm playing like with some gain on, I'm playing open chords for the rhythm section. It gives it that nice kind of chunky full sound.
Yeah.
So that's good for me. I mean, I think if I had to go out and buy a guitar like right now, like just pick one.
Yeah.
I really like Jags. I could definitely.
What is that?
Oh, it's I mean, for like a musician and a guitar player, I know shockingly little about guitars.
Yeah, I understand.
But I mean, it's a single coil guitar. It's for a lot of kind of like more jazzy stuff and more kind of high on the neck. But it's just and it looks really cool.
Yeah. What is it? Jags?
Yeah.
Who's it by?
I think it's a Fender model.
Fender Jag. Let me look this up real quick.
It's definitely a cool guitar.
Oh, Fender Jaguar. Or is it? It looks kind of like a Jazzmaster.
It is a lot like a Jazzmaster.
Oh, this thing looks dope.
But I think that the shape of the body is like inverted from a Jazzmaster.
Okay, because I was about to say it looks like one, but it's just it's barely off.
Yeah,
for some reason.
I think it's upside down actually.
Okay.
But I just think they look sweet, and a lot of my favorite guitarists play Jags. Matt Skiba from Knuckle and Trio plays a Jag. I'm a big fan of him. So that, or I really am fascinated by the Acoustasonics. Have you seen those?
I love the Acoustasonic. That's probably what I wish.
Yeah.
Have you played the one in Spicers?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, every time I'm there, I pick it up because it sounds so cool.
It blows my mind.
There's this guy on Facebook. Well, he's on YouTube as well. I don't know how to pronounce his name at all. It's like KFIR space O. So I literally, the name is so not English that I cannot pronounce it. I don't even want to give it a shot. But he played "Shape of My Heart" by Sting, which is the same thing as "Lucid Dreams" by Juice WRLD.
Yep.
And on the Acoustasonic, if you turn the reverb up, it's,
I bet.
Oh my word, it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard.
So it's such a cool sound.
Absolutely.
So I like that. I think have you played the digital amps where you can download tones to the amp?
I haven't, but I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Gordy was telling me about that last week, actually. How
I
you
went
can just
over-
throw any kind of sound effect on any guitar.
It is crazy. I went over to my friend's house and he has one, and it kind of comes with a software interface that you can download tones from the internet, like presets.
Yeah.
And people make them for all their favorite bands. And it gets so specific, for an album sound, not even just a general band sound.
Do you have a favorite pedal or favorite effect?
Oh, I played on the Siamese Dream effect from Smashing Pumpkins for an hour.
Yeah.
Because that tone is so cool to me.
I want to get a Univibe. You know what that is?
I don't.
That's like the Jimi Hendrix
Okay.
kind of tone
Gotcha.
pedal thing. All right, we're going to go into a quick commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN. Preserve your family's health and well-being. Get your home tested. That's living healthy and green. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
A message from the U.S. EPA.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel?
Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Yeah, I literally know pretty much all these ads, word for word at this point.
We
All
always
right.
get the same ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That was the last commercial break of the new music hour today. Let's talk about Vaporize real quick.
Okay, happy to do it.
This is my favorite one because I love the acoustic sound to it because it's got y'all have that kind of punk rock sound to it, but I love whenever one of these bands can throw acoustic into it and not even miss a beat.
It's such a staple of the God, we're so 90s. Oh my god, of the 90s band to do an acoustic album closer.
Yeah.
To kind of send you off softly. And that's definitely what this song is. I'm glad you like the tone. What we did is when we track instruments, we do it through direct input or DI. So we don't mic some bands, most professional bands, will mic their amps.
Yeah.
And then get the sound that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that works really great if you have a lot of money and a lot of microphones and a lot of sound techs.
Yeah.
But we don't have that. So for us, we plug our guitars directly into the computer.
Yeah.
And then play. So for this song, we actually did do both because it's easier to do with acoustic. So we have a DI acoustic guitar going, and then also we mic'd the acoustic.
Okay.
And so you get those two sounds. So it sounds really full.
Yeah.
And just rich, which I love. So glad you like this one. This one was really an experience to write and to get from original idea to final project. I think it's like the most intensive process that I've gone through as a songwriter and a creator.
Where or when did you write it? Did you say?
No, I haven't said yet. I wrote it in July of, well, not the whole thing. I started writing it. Like the first idea and the first versions of it.
Yeah.
Were in July, August of 2019. Right after camp ended, actually.
Oh, okay.
I was chilling back in Orlando with the family, and love being home. But when you're in college and you're home for like a long period of time, you start to get a little restless.
Oh, I understand completely.
The late summer atmosphere in Orlando is like both really kind of pretty and picturesque, but also just oppressively hot.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Can really be a downer.
Oh, dude, extreme, especially because Orlando's even farther south than Mobile is, so I can't even imagine.
It's farther south, and we're landlocked too, so we don't even get to escape to the beach.
Oh yeah, and there's like the lakes and stuff. There's water everywhere because it is Florida.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't even imagine how bad that
it's quite humid. There's bugs everywhere. But there is also kind of a beauty to it. So I just kind of started getting these like really strong images of like afternoon thunderstorms, and wet pavement and smell of ozone after it storms. And
oh, I know exactly.
Yeah. So I just got these like really strong images in my mind, and also it didn't help that. So it was late July, early August, and I had like just kind of gotten home from my summer. But then all of my friends who had been home all summer were leaving.
Yeah.
So we just kind of passed ways, saw them for like a day, and then they were gone. So then it was just me sitting,
just chilling
with like no one around. And so I kind of got the image. I say this all like it happened immediately, but it really didn't. This song took like 6 months to fully come together.
Yeah.
And become what it is. And originally we were just gonna go with like a more of a traditional acoustic song, with like just me and an acoustic guitar and maybe some light percussion in the background. And we tried, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
And whatever we were doing this song, we was just like begging for a snare drum. It's like, please, please. So we kind of combined our ideas, and we did put like a full kit in there. But then we also did like some shakers, and we tapped on Jason's desk and like would do like claps and slaps. And
I love that kind of stuff in songs, especially when you don't know what it is, but it sounds super good.
Yeah.
And then you find out that it was just that. It makes you appreciate how less is more. Like you didn't even have to do all that much. But we're gonna go ahead and listen to this song. Y'all enjoy "Vaporize" by Decoy Snail.
Lock myself in the corner of a room.
thunder sounds towards the end of it. I hear what you're talking about, man. But you were just saying, like, I mean, you like doing this just because it's so much fun. Like, you absolutely love it. That's the best thing about songwriting, man, is because it's kind of hard to find people that really do it because they love it. Because, I mean, some people will get to the point where they're successful and they do it just because kind of like they feel like they have to. But, I mean, you're still, like, pretty much still in, like, the beginning of all this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to me, like, I'm already incredibly successful just by my standards. Like, we put out an EP that I'm proud of. So if that's the only thing that I do with music, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Do you have any dream venues you would want to play? Like, is there some place that you just wish you could be on the stage and play a guitar, even if it's to, like, a empty crowd?
Just, like, strictly venue based. I mean, Red Rocks seems very cool.
Dude, that's literally one of the coolest places
I've
ever.
never been there, but it does look amazing.
I've never been there either, but I just want to go up there and play an acoustic guitar and just hear it echo throughout the entire venue. I think that would be the coolest thing in the world. But, I mean, there are, like, well, I mean, is WEGL Fest? We're still kind of thinking about it. I would love.
Oh, it's happening.
Dude, I would absolutely love that because I know UPC. There's a little collaboration going on.
A little behind the scenes work. It is currently in the process of getting approved by the higher ups. So I've heard from my UPC friends.
Sweet. Shout out Graham.
Shout out Graham.
Shout out Graham. Is Graham?
Oh, I think he's listening.
He might be. Well, what up, Graham? If you're listening, hope you're having a fantastic day, bro.
I hope your day's okay.
Oh, well. All right, and on that note, well, it is 3 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and end it here. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in to the New Music Hour today on WEGL. This has been your host, DJ P. Joining me today has been Derek. Well, actually, no one, if people are just listening to the radio, they have no idea. But Derek is this cutout flamingo that was given to us after some event that we had our engineers do, and you know, Natalie wasn't able to join us because she wasn't feeling too good today. So we got Derek to fill in.
He did a great job.
Yeah, he did really good. Just chilling back there. I think it's going to be great content on YouTube, just having him chilling there the whole time. But, dude, Jeff, thanks so much for coming in today, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Dude, I wish you the best with your career, man.
My career. Yeah, we'll see about that. But I'm just happy to be here and get to talk about our music. Wish the Bandcanates could have made it, but it is what it is. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, man. You're welcome here anytime.
Everybody at home, please listen to the full EP.
Yeah, y'all should totally go check out the full Summer Rain EP, available on all streaming services as well as iTunes. If you want to go show Jeff some love, show all the Decoy Snail some love, maybe even pick it up. Maybe. All right, y'all. Well, we will catch you next week. I believe we're just going to be doing music next week. But if you want to hear more from DJ P, I'll be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for the Woodstock Hour season finale. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thanks again for tuning in for the New Music Hour. If you like the music and want to hear more, we'll be back at the same time next week. And in your free time, feel free to check out WEGL on social media at WEGL_AU.
This has been your host, DJ P.
And Natalie.